Now, if you guys remember 2 years ago when I reviewed the first film, I thought it was just okay. Could have been better, but it wasn't terrible. Now the second film is out. Well, did I like it more or did I like it less? Well, let's find out.
Let's light them up.
So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows is the sequel to the 2014 version, and once again we follow the Turtles, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael as they're out of the shadows trying to protect and save the city. And once again, Shredder comes back along with a new villain, Krang, and Bebop and Rocksteady are recruited, and along the way they are aided by, once again, April O'Neil and newcomer Casey Jones. Alright guys, so let's get into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. First film I thought was okay. In the second film, I gotta say there were some things that they did improve on. There were some things I did like and that they did improve on upon the first film. For example, the camaraderie between the Turtles was even better. Mikey still is my favorite Turtle. I love his childlike wonder, seriously, especially when action to that happened. I loved his reactions to the entire scene. There's this one sequence that happens. I just love how they're just like, wait, what? Another thing I also really liked with the action sequences, I actually think the action scenes were a lot better in this one than they were in the first film. The opening action scene is great. There's a scene that takes place on a plane, which I thought was straight out of Uncharted 3. Even though there was one film that did it better, but that's just me. And there was also one other sequence that happens after the plane sequence, and it was just a lot of fun to watch. I won't lie. Like I said, I think that there were some aspects in the first film that this film definitely did improve on. There were some things I liked. However, there were more things that I did not like about this film. The villains. In the first one, Shredder was just your generic movie villain, where in this one, he was completely wasted, I thought. I felt like they gave him a bit more character to him this time around, but at the same time, he was just a wasted villain once again. Krang, who I actually did kind of like at first, I thought just his cartoonish nonsense just kind of got a little bit too much, to be honest. Now when it comes to dialogue and some certain things, some things work better in a cartoon, and when you're trying to implement them into live action, it's how they're executed. And I gotta say, the execution of the dialogue and some certain things honestly just felt like a really bad cartoon. Also, Bebop and Rocksteady. I was actually looking forward to these guys, but one thing is because I like Sheamus, I think he's cool. And Sheamus and the guy who played Bebop, they were way too cartoonish. That's the best way I'm trying to say it. It was just way too cartoonish. At first, I liked the campiness, but over time, I just thought the campiness got a little too overwhelming, I think. When the film started off, I thought the effects were actually really well done. I thought they were really cool effects, but as the film went along, I saw this with Lucas, and I just said to him, is it me or the effects getting worse as the film goes along? And he said, yeah, I'm noticing that too. Another thing is that Megan Fox is April O'Neil. Again, I mean, she's okay, but this film has Michael Bay's touches, so again, they oversexed Megan Fox as April O'Neil, but then again, I never saw Megan Fox as April O'Neil. Also, Casey Jones. I know that Casey Jones is a fan favorite, but my god, Casey Jones was horrible in this movie. Stephen Amell, I believe that was his name, who played Casey Jones. He was awful. He just felt like a typical cop who just wanted to prove himself. He literally felt like that stereotypical character. He was that bad. As the film went along, I started to care less and less about the stakes. Even though the stakes at the climax or near the end were huge, I still found myself going like, I know what's gonna happen at this point, and yeah, may I add, I found the movie kind of predictable, honestly. Now, while I do feel like that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows does improve on some certain aspects that the first film was truly lacking in, I feel like that this film was lacking in other areas and actually made some things kind of worse, to be honest. Now, I do feel that people who grew up with the cartoon and absolutely loved the cartoon will probably enjoy this movie more than I did personally. Overall, I'm gonna give Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows a 1.5 out of 5. I feel like I said, in some aspects it was improved, but in many other aspects I feel like it kind of failed. Alright, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Did you guys see it? What did you think? Let me know below. If you guys guys liked my review of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows, please like, share, and subscribe to see more content from me. And, as always, until the next review, I will see you all next time.